welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. This video is going to be my April TBR. It's a little bit late, but I realized I hadn't done one of these in a very long time, so I thought I would. And it's that time of year again. I just let my nails come off, and I'll probably keep them off for a little while I get yard work ready for the summer. So, and like usual, I scrub and scrub, but I get so into the yard work, sometimes it's hard to get it all out. It won't come. Anyway, a lot of these are books that were sent to me because I got so behind on everything when I stopped posting, when I was outside all the time and I wasn't reading as much. Making books sent to me, priority is very important to me. And I'm doing a very good job of getting caught up on all of those. First, I'll start with the books that I'm currently reading, since I will be reading them in April, because it is April. I finished another book last night, so I'll be starting this one. Because I read about 5 or 6 books at a time, which I still can't believe. I used to never be able to read more than one and didn't understand how people could read more than one. The Misfits, A Royal Conundrum by Lisa Yee, and art by Dan Santat. And this is out now. Thank you so much, Random House kids, Penguin Random House, for sending me a copy. Olive Coben Zhang has issues. They mostly aren't her fault. No, really. Though she often slips under the radar, problems have a knack for finding her. So imagine her doubts when she suddenly dropped off at the strangest boarding school ever, a former castle turned prison that's now a reforming art school. But nothing could have prepared Olive for Rash. Not Rash, because it's spelled R-A-S-C-H. There, she's lumped with a team of misfits and discovers that the academy isn't what it seems to be, and neither is she. In fact, Rash is a cover for an elite group of underdogs who fight crime, and Olive has arrived just in time. Turns out that Rash is in danger of closing, unless her class can stop the heist of the century. And as Olive falls in love with this wacky school, she realizes it's up to her new team to save the only home that's ever welcomed them. And Crossway Books had sent me the 4th in the Dreamkeeper Saga series. This one is The Quest for the Guardians by Kathryn Butler. I'm on page 139, enjoying it so far. The covers are always so beautiful. It is the 4th, so I won't read the synopsis. And then Harper Kids had sent me Nowhere Special by Matt Wallace. And this is out now. And the illustrator, Studio Muti? Interior illustrations by Jordan Escovitz. I think it just means the chapter head illustrations. Illustrator, this is Bharat Pekmesi. I'm on page 80 of this one. It's a hard-hitting read. Some things are hard to read, but they're important for kids to read, I think. The isolation and bullying Stan suffers at school are nothing compared to the war at home. After he tries and fails to defend his mom by standing up to his abusive father, Stan decides there is only one solution to finding a new self-confidence. He must learn how to fight. Tragic events have split the two sides of Obadiah's family into fighting factions. Every day she finds herself outnumbered by her cousins on the schoolyard. After the latest beatdown, her grandmother makes a decision. Obadiah must learn how to defend herself. Stan and Obadiah seem like total opposites, but when they both wind up with the same reclusive trainer, they find an unexpected friendship as they work together to overcome their bullies. But when Stan gains the attention of a powerful gang leader, it threatens to pull him away from his new best friend. Will their dreams for the future be enough to get them out of this small town? And then I've been trying to get through my series of detective middle grade or mystery middle grade, and since my longer series I've been getting through pretty good of like the mystery detective part. I'm just going mystery, spooky, just going through them all and picking what I want to read next. So I picked up the Wednesday Weeks. I think it's just a trilogy. I'm on the second book, so I won't read the synopsis, but I'm reading Wednesday Weeks and The Crown of Destiny by Denis Knight and Cristy Burne. Illustrator Chris Waugh. I'm on page 85. I'm really loving these. These are so fun and just, I love it. And then I had read Mary and the Curse of El Cocodrillo, I think, by Adrianna Cuevas. And I saw that I had this book by her too, because I really love that. And so, this is one I bought myself. So I went and found it in the book room and I'm reading it. The Ghost of Rancho Espanto. I'm on page 65. Really enjoying it so far. The illustrator is Abraham Mattias. Rafa would rather live in the world of the Forgotten Age, his favorite role-playing game, than face his father's increasing restrictions and his mother's fading presence. But when Rafa and his friends decide to take the game out into the real world and steal their school cafeteria's slushy machine, his dad concocts a punishment Rafa never could have imagined. a month working on a ranch in New Mexico, far away from his friends, their game, and his mom's quesitos in Miami. Life at Rancho Espanto isn't as bad as Rafa initially expected, mostly due to Jenny, a new friend with similarly strong snack opinions, and Marcus, the veteran bar manager who's not as gruff as he appears. But when Rafa's work at the ranch is inexplicably sabotaged by a man who may not be what he seems, Rafa and Jenny explore what's behind the strange events at Rancho Espanto and discover that the greatest mystery may have been with Rafa all along. And there's something in here already that is hard-hitting for me in a way I didn't think it would be. And it has to do with my pup, and there's no dogs, but I'll explain in my review probably, but I didn't expect that, but really enjoying it so far. And then last word I'm currently reading, HarperCollins has sent me I don't know if I'm saying this right. I want to say Raleigh because of Raleigh, North Carolina, but Rayleigh, I don't know how, Mann, in the Company of Monsters by Ciannon Smart. And this is out now. The illustrator is Raymond Sebastian, who has done so many covers that I love. On page 279, almost done. Love this book. At the beginning, the writing was a little weird to me. I was like, okay. But I don't know if I got used to it or it just got less weird. I don't know how to explain it, but I fell in love with the writing and the way this is going and this whole story and world, so I cannot wait to finish this. Welcome to Below London, a magical world of monsters. Rayleigh Mann is a notorious troublemaker, infamous prankster, and overall misfit. But when he sneaks out to go trick-or-treating on All Hallows Eve, he gets way more than he bargained for, in the form of a monster straight out of his Nana's stories from the Book of Night Things. The weirdest part, this monster tells Rayleigh that the father he never knew is actually the Bogeyman. And Mann is spelled M-A-N-N, like his last name. The most terrifying of all monsters, the supreme scarer himself. And there's more. Bogeyman has been kidnapped, and Rayleigh is the key to rescuing him. But to do so, Rayleigh must travel to Below London, the magical's underground world of monsters, where his penchant for tricks just might help him survive an adventure straight out of his wildest dreams, or perhaps his darkest nightmares. After I finish the Wednesday Weeks trilogy, I'm going to go to the Plum and Woo one. First book is The Puzzling Pearls by Lisa Siberry. This looks like more mystery detective. The illustrator is Danu O'Malley. Hannah Plum loves fashion and junk food. Patty Woo is obsessed with detective novels. They are not friends. They are stuck on a beachside holiday together, and when a hotel's guest's pink wedding dress is stolen, the two girls are drawn into an ever-ending, deepening mystery. Why is the wedding planner sending secret signals to an unknown guest? Who's leaving creepy wet diving relics in the hotel rooms? And could some long-lost famous pink pearls be at the heart of it all? If Plum and Woo want to survive the summer, they'll have to find the answers, fast. But first, they'll have to survive each other. And the next sequel I want to read, this was sent to me by the authors, The Adventures of the Flash Gang, Episode 2, Treasonous Tycoon by M.M. Downing and S.J. Waugh. Thank you so much for sending me a copy. They had sent me a copy of the first book, and I thought I was going to love it, but I loved it even more than I thought I was. And it's set near like Pittsburgh, and I'm in Pennsylvania now, so I loved learning more about that because that's the side of Pennsylvania I'm on. The illustrator is by C.B. Royal. I'm going to read the synopsis because it is the second in the series, but this is out now. I'm so excited. And then the next sequel after that I'm going to read is one that I bought myself, Kelcie Murphy and the Hunt for the Heart of Danu by Erika Lewis. The first book became one of my all-time favorite reads, so I cannot wait to see what happens next. I'm so excited. And the illustrator is Yuta Onoda, another amazing one. The next several are arcs. This is already out. The School for Invisible Boys by Shaun David Hutchinson. Thank you so much, Random House Kids, for sending me a copy. The illustrator is Julian Kalos. Sixth grade takes a turn for the weird when Hector Griggs discovers he has the ability to turn invisible. Sure, ever since Hector's former best friend Blake started bullying him, he's felt like he just wants to disappear. But he never thought he actually would. Then Hector meets another invisible boy, Orson Wellington, who has an ominous warning. I'm stuck here, stuck like this. It's been years. The Gillam's hunting me, and it'll get you too. It turns out that there is more than meets the eye at St. Lawrence's Catholic School for Boys. And if Hector is going to save Orson and himself from the terrifying creature that's preying on students' loneliness and fear, he'll need to look deeper. With the help of a mysterious new classmate, Sam, can Hector unravel the mysteries haunting his school and discover that sometimes it takes disappearing to really be seen? And then Paper Dragons, The Fight for the Hidden Realm by Siobhan McDermott. And this is out now. So beautiful. Thank you, Random House Kids, Penguin Random House. I think the illustrator is Vivian Toe. By looking at it, it doesn't say, because it's an art, and sometimes arts just say TK. Pretty sure it's Vivian Toe. If it's not, I'll edit it in here. If there's no edit, that means it is Vivian Toe, who's amazing. An outsider in her village above the cloud sea, 12-year-old orphan, young Z Ging's only hope of escape is to win the single invitation to train as a silhouette, an apprentice to the immortals. After her ill-fated attempt to impress the silhouette scout leads to a dragon attack on the Jade Mountain, Z Ging is sure that her chances in her life are over. But the scout spots her potential and offers her protection and a second chance. She's in. In her lessons in Waugh, the underwater realm of the immortals, Z Ging must face the challenging trials set by her teachers to prove that she's worthy of being a silhouette, despite her rivals' attempts to sabotage her. But as Z Ging's powers grow, so do rumors of the return of the Waugh, an evil spirit that turns people into gray-eyed thralls. When the impossible happens and the Waugh attacks the silhouettes, can Z Ging use her newly uncovered talents to save her friends and the world beyond, or will the gray-eyed spirit consume them all? And the Underdogs of Ups and Downs by Craig Silvey. This is out now. Thank you, Random House Kids, Penguin Random House. Illustrator is Erwin Madrid, another great illustrator. Annie Shearer lives in the town of Ups and Downs with her adopted stray dog, Runt. The two are the best of friends. After years of evading capture, Runt is fast and agile, perfect for herding runaway sheep. But when a greedy local landowner puts their family farm at risk, Annie and Runt set their sights on winning the agility contest at the lucrative Crumpets Dog Show in London. However, there is one curious catch. Runt will only obey Annie's commands if nobody else is watching. With all eyes on them, Annie and Runt must beat the odds and the fastest dogs in the world to save their farm. And then Isabel in Bloom by May Respetio. And this is out now. Thank you, Random House Kids, Penguin Random House. And this is a novel in verse. And the illustrator is Gika, G-I-C-A, Tam. Being the new kid in school is never easy, but for 12-year-old Isabel Legea, everything is new in San Francisco. New school, new town, new country. The plan was for her mother to work in the United States and earn money to send back home to Isabel and her family in the Philippines. After 5 years of being apart, Isabel is reunited with Mama in California, the last place she wants to be. Before Isabel left, her Lolo told her to look for the familiar. At first, she only knows what's missing. The smell of Lola's cooking, picking calamansi from Lola's garden, running and laughing with her friends. Then, after spotting a few things that remind her of home, Isabel finds just what she was looking for at the after-school club fair, the cooking club. And with that first step and a dried-up old garden, Isabel begins to find her way in her new world. And then The Songbird and the Rambutan Tree by Lucille Mbandanan. This is out now. Thank you so much, Jellyfish Press, for sending me a copy. Batavia, Dutch Indies, 1942. Emmy has the voice of an angel but hasn't sung a note since a family tragedy. With war looming, her father plans to ship her off to a singing school in England for safety. But all Emmy wants to do is stay in Batavia with her best friend, Bhakti, even if it means putting up with her snooty classmate, Violet. Then the Japanese army invades, and as war erupts in the Dutch East Indies, Emmy's world falls apart. When her own actions sabotage her chance to evacuate the island, Emmy is captured and confined in the Chiding prison of... It's spelled, I don't want to say it wrong, but it's spelled T-J-I-D-N-G. Prisoner of war camp with other women and children. Separated from her family and friends and silenced by her grief, Emmy will need all her strength to survive the war, find her voice, and reclaim her freedom. Illustrator of this beautiful cover, Millie Liu. Thank you, HarperCollins. Harper Kids are sending me a copy of The Princess Protection Program by Alex London. And the illustrator is James Fernhaber. Oh, pretty. Once upon a time, a beautiful princess lay in a cursed sleep in a castle covered with thorns, until one day a valiant prince fought his way through the forest to wake her with a kiss. Ew, yuck. That is not how Rosamund wants to be woken from her 100-year nap. And so she runs. She shoves the prince off and bolts right through a door of opportunity and into the Princess Protection Program. Led by kindly fairy headmistress, the Princess Protection Program offers fairy tale princesses a refuge from the wicked stepmothers, overbearing princes, curses, and other horrors of their stories, while teaching them how to live in the real world. The only problem is, the longer Rosamund lives at the program's academy, the more questions she has. Why does anyone remember the former students? Does anyone ever actually graduate? Are the princesses stuck here too? And the most important question of all, can Rosamund change her story? Because every story has power, but so do the princesses. Thank you again, HarperCollins, Harper Kids, for sending me The Myth of Monsters, Medusa by Kathryn Marsh. Illustrator Kirby Fagan. Ava Baldwin has always tried to keep her anger in check, just like her mom taught her. But when a boy tries to speak over her yet again in class, Ava explodes, rendering him frozen and unresponsive. Ava's parents whisk her off to her mother's alma mater, the Academy del Forte, a mysterious international boarding school in Venice. There, Ava and her brother Jax discover that the Olympian gods founded the Academia to teach the descendants of mythological monsters how to control their emotions and their powers and become functioning, well-adjusted members of society. But not everything at the Academy is as it seems. Soon, Ava realizes the school is hiding a dangerous secret. To uncover the truth, Ava and her new friends embark on an adventure that could change the way they view history, mythology, and themselves forever, or end their lives. And lastly for this video, thank you Random House Kids, Penguin Random House, for sending me a copy of Bumps in the Night by Emily Howard. The illustrator is Matt Rockefeller. They're a great one. They're all great. This is such a highly anticipated release. 12-year-old Erika Loveless is in trouble, the kind of trouble that sends her to her grandmother's boring estate in Trinidad for the summer. This time, though, the island feels different. As soon as she steps off the plane, strange things start happening, like being stalked by an iguana. Then Erika meets a group of kids called Minders who seem to have elemental powers. Even worse, creepy zombies are lurking in the shadows. Needless to say, she wants a one-way ticket home, until the Minders let slip that her long-lost mom is in danger. She knows she can't leave now. Thrust into an adventure involving blood-curdling monsters, a supernatural silk cotton tree, and an endless maze, Erika must defeat the fearsome Jumbie King to save her family and new friends. But unless she learns to believe in herself, she'll never beat him or escape his twisted maze. Alright, that's it for this video. Did you see any that you want to read? Have you read any already? Did you like them? Did you not? Are you excited for April's reads? Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you'd like to subscribe, I would love that if you'd like to. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.